What's up, yo? Hey, how are y'all? Hey, Bubba. Hey, Steven. Devin. What's up, guys? How y'all doing this afternoon? Peter, I have no clue what that means. Where are y'all from? Yeah, they're all mine. I just collect them. What's up, brother? How you doing? Well, I hope your day gets better, Peter. What's up, guys? Yeah, I'm American. Just here to talk about guns and just whatever, man. My channel, I do a little bit of DIY stuff, welding, uh, farm stuff, little odds and ends of everything. How y'all doing? How's everybody else? Like, subscribe. Helps the channel grow a little bit at a time. Well, I'm in a small room, so this is about all the room I got. Don't really know what to talk about just on here. Seeing if any of y'all want to talk about anything, ask questions, whatnot. New to all this online stuff or live. My buddy was just out that way with a company in Bulgaria. He spent 2 or 3 months over here. He's ex-military. He's working for some company. I think he spent 3 months over here doing logistics or something like that. You got any guns, Peter? What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? Talking guns. New guns you got. Guns you want. Questions, comments, concerns. Well, I wouldn't be scared of black people. It's kind of weird. With the Smith & Wesson Governor, you like it pretty good? That's the judge back there. No, I don't have a Glock 19. I'm not a Glock fan. I have very few pistols, maybe 10 altogether. And then I have more rifles than anything. I really like shooting rifles. Pistol wise, I've been shooting this Canic a lot. It's about 4 years old is when they first come out. I just ordered the new Canic Shadow. And then guns, my main guns, I like are my rifles. That's my favorite gun right there. It's a Tikka 22 T1X. I guess you could call some of them that. This blue-gray one right here is, let's see if I can turn it a little bit. Tripod, I think, working with me. This is my bench rifle. It's 308. It weighs right at 27 pounds, but it's not something you'd lug through the woods. It's more just go target shoot and that's it. That one up there is a Daniel Defense 308. That's one of my favorites, and it's got a silencer on it. Up there's a Scar 17, and then I got a FAL in the top back there. I gotta get some lights up there so you can see them. I got them on order. Most expensive gun, I have a with everything on them, I got 3 that are worth about the same. That Daniel Defense with the silencer and everything, the optic, uh, trigger job, everything that's in it, I probably got right at 4,500 to 5,000. And then I got a 338 Lapua, a Ruger Precision, and it's got a can on it too. And then I've got a 50 BMG. No, it's not an online shop, man. This is just my house. I'm in North Carolina. What's your most expensive gun, Jim Bob? Yes, sir. North Carolina. Favorite gun? Uh, I haven't got to shoot my bench gun a whole lot. So right now it's probably between that one or my Daniel Defense. I really enjoy shooting it. I shoot a lot of rounds through it. And then I like shooting it at targets. We shoot anywhere from our farthest shot we've got half a mile. We shoot around 8 to 900 yards, and then we spend a lot of time at the. We got another range that's four to 500 yards, and we step it all the way out from 100 or from 50 all the way to 500. Yeah, I don't sell guns, man. I've got a 50 BMG. It's a McCutcheon. It's a mag fed. Let's see, the deer fridge. I got a couple deers on the wall. I shot two last year, two does. Uh, I try to only kill two a year. Feeds my family. Plus, we buy a cow every year, half a cow, and then I got pigs here that I raise and rabbits. No, I don't sell guns. Thank you, Vincent. I got tired of looking at all my guns in the safe, so I wanted something a little different. I think it's a little 32. Looks like I lost signal there for a little bit. A little 32 revolver. I don't know on my camera. Out. I just collect them, Peter. Something I enjoy. It's an investment. I can't right now. I'm gonna try to set it up. Yeah, I've collected 30-06 I used when I was younger for deer hunting. It depends on where you're at, man. Depends on how far of a shot you get. Around here where I live, my furthest shots 100 and 125 yards for the land I own here. And so, you know, I'd use like a 30-30, maybe a 450 Bushmaster, something like that. But 30-06 is a good all around cartridge for just about anything. Yeah, it's a hobby of mine. I don't buy new trucks and you know, cars and stuff like that. It's investments. I mean, I put my money in them. Usually I can get at least 80% of my money back out of them if I buy them new. But a lot of times I just trade or something like that. Anytime you buy a gun, they still call uh, the ATF or the FBI or whoever it is on the number. And anytime you buy a gun through a store, if you buy it through an individual, sometimes yeah, you can acquire them. Except for pistols, need pistol permits or concealed carry permits. Yeah, like here, our local Walmarts and stuff have them in the sporting goods section. You just go to the back, and they don't have pistols, but they got shotguns and rifles. What's that, Shane? Oh, okay. There you go, Peter. You got to fill out a form 4473, and then they call you into the ATF and they give you all their information, and they say okay or no. Thank you, Shane. What you been up to, Shane? Yeah, typical American. Yeah, that's what we did today too. We had my sister's birthday after church. We got home about 2 o'clock. He started off with like an AR-15, man. What's up, man? Yeah, she turned 36 today. All right. My favorite one on the wall right now is probably the blue one. But my favorite one to shoot is that little green one right there. That's a 308 bench rifle, and then that's a Tika 22, and it's got a Sparrow silencer on it. Yeah, the OD green one on the bottom. It's a T1X Tika 22 long rifle. Flying bullets. I'm assuming you mean shooting bullets. Vincent, I use that next one up, and that's what I squirrel hunt with. Yeah, you can definitely hear flying bullets with the suppressor. You hear it. Doo, doo. You can squirrel hunt or rabbit hunt though. Me and that guy Shane on here, we squirrel hunt every once in a while. Makes it more fun instead of hunting with a shotgun. Favorite bolt action that I own, like I said, probably be that one right there. It's Tika 22, or either my 308, the blue one right there. Yeah, I'm married. My wife supports my habits too. Y'all don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm in North Carolina. What's up, Xavier? I'm not sure what you're asking, Jason. No, the one up there is a uh, Magnum Research 22. They they made them for a short time. I don't know if they still make them. It's the only one I've ever seen. My gun shop had it for a long time. It was like $700 just for the rifle, and that's why I never sold. And I just ended up buying it. It's real lightweight. It's got a carbon fiber barrel, but it's built off of 1022 action. I ain't had none of the T3Xs. That's the first Tika I've ever owned, and I really like it. My gunsmith done a trigger job on it, and I can shoot a real tight group at 50 yards with it. Xavier, we got home from church. Been laying around the house relaxing. It's been kind of wet and rainy here the past few days. Yeah, I'm not far from Raleigh. I'm a few hours from Raleigh. I like it. We're towards the mountains. The blue stock, that's an MDT chassis. It's a MDT AAC or ACC chassis, but it's a 308 bolt action, Vortex Strike Eagle optic. That's my bench rifle. It probably weighs, I'm gonna say close to 27 pounds. Yeah, Xavier, we just been relaxing, man. We ain't done a whole lot. Kimber 1911 45. Jonathan, I've never owned one. I think they're beautiful guns. Uh, I think Kimber makes a great gun, but I never had 45s much. 1911s because they only held 7 rounds, 7 to 8 rounds. That's F&X 45. That's one of the first 45s I had in a long time. I either stick with 9s or my preference is 40s. But we shoot 9s a lot because my wife likes to shoot pistols, so. Yeah, Jonathan, I've never had one, man. I bet they are nice. 300 Blackout's a good caliber. You can find a lot more ammo for it now. Um, you can get a 7.62 by 39 and AR platform too, but I just don't know how it would run with that steel case tool ammo and stuff, and it's hard to find brass ammo for 7.62, and usually it's pretty high. But that Blackout's a good caliber. I've shot a few deer with it. I've had to track them down though, but they don't just stop them in their tracks usually. Yeah. It's good for coyotes. It's good for silencers too, and cans. You can really keep it quiet. That's one of the main purposes behind it, was to start off with. When I got into them, it was hard to find ammo, and then we had that ammo shortage and everything. I ended up selling mine because of it. And then now you can find quite a bit of ammo anywhere for whatever you want to find. So now it's not so bad. It's just happened to be. Now that is all like polymer. That's polymer. These are all aluminum. These are PSA. That's a PSA lower with the Bear Creek Arsenal upper. It's a 450 Bushmaster, and then that one's a just a regular 223 556 PSA, and you can see the can on it. And then all these up here, Scar. It's got that UGG boot stock on it, but it's a really light gun. It don't weigh much at all. My Daniel Defense, it's all aluminum. It's not polymer. This right here is all aluminum. This is a this chassis on this gun from MDT is a $1,500 aluminum chassis. It's a ACC, and then my FAL, it's up top. You can't hardly see it either, but it's all aluminum and steel. But I don't. When polymer started coming out, I didn't care much for it. But I mean, nowadays, just like this FNX, I can squeeze and smash the mag well. Is the only thing I don't like about it, and it warps it. But that's with no mag in it too. So I don't know. I ordered a piston for it the other day, so I can put my silencer that's on that gun right there. I can run it on that pistol. No, I don't have any 1911s, man. I'm not a big pistol guy. I've never had a lot of pistols. I did when I first started collecting guns, and I got more into rifles. And as I got into rifles, it just took more over. I like collecting odd stuff. Like I've got a high standard in the safe 22. I forget what year it is, but I got an Abercrombie and Finch holster that goes with it. I've got a little bit of everything, man. But I just collect the oddball stuff. I got K-frame, Smith & Wesson revolvers, and then I buy the new stuff. Yeah. That one right there, that's it's not a Smith & Wesson, but that's a Raging Hunter 500. And then I've got a 50 Beowulf in the safe. I've got a 50 BMG in the safe. It's too big to fit out here. It's a little small area. But yeah, they do. It took me a while to get used to them. What I really got into was I don't care much for Glocks, but I got into Springfields. I like the XDM. Yeah. Vince, there's a big thing for the 3D printed stuff now. I don't think YouTube will let you show it on there though, or you making stuff or building stuff. But I had a Tactical Llama the other day tell me that I was on here cleaning guns, and that he got flagged for it. You know, I was just cleaning my guns and talking. I wasn't, you know, telling everybody how to do anything. And I've had a couple of the Rugers. I think mine was a Mark IV too, or yeah, and the Browning Buckmark. I had one of them. The new thing my buddy's got is uh, it's a Taurus pistol. They just come out with them, a Taurus Tactical or something like that. It's 20, 21 or 22 rounds, and they've got a force reset trigger that goes in them, and it's just burp, and that's it. 22 rounds. I got one of them on order, and I've got a Canic Smoke on order. My wife, we went to the Academy Sports out here the other day, and she seen some of them Canics, and she seen that Canic, I think it was a Canic Rival or Canic TTI is what it was, and she liked that like bronze gold color. And then I was talking to my buddy about it. He's like, "Hey, they come out with a new one. It's called the Smoke," and so I showed her both of them, and she ended up wanting it. So I think it was like $950 out the door for the Mechanic Smoke new, but I'm still. It should be shipped. It should be here tomorrow, I think. Maybe I can do some videos of it. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's almost like a minigun. Uh, my my buddy, my gunsmith, he showed me it, and he's like, "How many you want?" And I was like, "I don't know. Let me get back to you." And I started asking around, and so my dad's getting one, I'm getting one, and but they're hard to get a hold of right now because everybody's wanting one. But, I mean, it's just basically a toy because once you put the trigger in, it's not like PR trigger in, you know, AR where you can roll it to semi or whatever. It's just full auto all the time. Just work. But I'm looking forward to that one. And then maybe tomorrow or something, or if I can go get that, pick up that gun from my buddy, I can do a video on it or do a live with it. I've always wanted the MP5. I think that would be cool, but it's just like the reason I bought that Scar was one, I run across a good deal on it. But two, it's just I've always wanted one. It's a 308's a caliber I've always loved, but it's just having one. You know what I mean? And so I was going to trick it out and put some more stuff on it, but then you start looking at prices of everything for that thing, and just like this little Ford grip that adds a little bit to the front handguard is like $400, and then to change get rid of the UGG boot on the back of the stock, that's like $600 or $800 for new stock. And I was just like, man, I'm not putting that much money into a gun that I'm just collecting. I got the original box and everything with it when I bought it. I got it all put up. But I'd like to have an MP5. I think that'd be cool. Yeah, those are nice too. H&K makes a good gun too. I didn't know they made those triggers for the MP5 though. I'm gonna have to look into that now. I thought they was just doing them for the Glocks and stuff. Oh, I've already got a Scar up here. Here's it. And it's 308. And you can fold it up and shoot it like that since it's piston driven. But that's the Ugg boot. If you look at it, it looks like the old Ugg boots. They've got a bunch of different FTRs or FRTs out now for the AR platforms that I've seen. Yeah, keep saving your money, man. They're worth the money, but used to when I was younger and I was looking at them, you could pick them up for $1,800, $1,700, and now they're $3,000 to $4,000. So I think if FN ever stops making them, I think they'll go up. But they made that 20-inch. I'd like to have one of them. But I don't know if I'd shoot it that much. My favorite rifle, my favorite one to shoot is the Tika T1X, little 22. I got this one a few months ago. I ended up trading for it. I had a 338 Lapua that I traded and added a little bit of cash with it because with everything on this gun, the action and everything, and it's got a Trigger Tech diamond trigger in it. There's probably just a stock alone is like $1,500. It's all aluminum. But that's probably the one that I'm really interested more in shooting now. I don't get a chance to go to my buddy's range a lot, but that's probably that one and then that little Tika. But I shoot that Tika all the time. I mean, I'll wear some 22 ammo out, and it's fun. It's just as fun to shoot as that, especially if you get a group of guys together. Yeah, FN makes some good stuff, man. What's up, Mike? How you doing? Thank you, Vincent. It depends on what you want to do, Mike. It depends on what you want it for. If you're looking for hunting, if you're looking for just something to play with, looking for both. Home defense. Home defense, I'd probably go with a shotgun with birdshot, actually, if you got family in the house. Birdshot will put a hole through a lot of stuff, but it won't go through many plies of sheetrock. So what kind of rifle are you looking for, Mike? Thank you, James. I used to have a SOCOM. I ended up getting rid of it, but I wish I'd kept it now that I got more of a 308 collection. It'd been cool with it. Never had M1 Grand or the little carbine. Just to play with and target practice, Mike, I would say get you an AR 223. PSA makes PSA. I have these two up here. That's PSA lower, and that's a whole PSA gun. I have a lot of PSA stuff, and I've never had no trouble out of it. And you can get a full PSA built gun and pretty decent for like $500 or $600, and that'll put you in one. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it, brother. Anytime, man. Yeah, I've always wanted to try out a Chris Vector. Never had a chance to. I've tried trading. You know, I get on the arms list a lot, and I try trading for one once in a while. Uh, Never had a chance to get one though. Hey, that's awesome, dude. That was a good deal. I don't think you can find them now for what, less than 12 to 1500, somewhere around there. I think I'd rather have one in 45 too, though. They say the recoil on them things is nothing. That's what I want to see. Yeah, well, that's what I run on at something close quarters. Me, I'm not much of a EOTech guy. They just seem too. A lot of it's too big and bulky, man. I mean, it looks cool with flip up sights and all that. I stick if I'm running close to mid range. It's like $500, $400 for the mount and everything, and it's a Burris RT6. It's got illuminated if you like that. I don't care much for it, but in low light situations you might want to light, you know, so you can see your crosshairs. But that's what I use on all my guns, all my ARs that are mid to close range, like this one. That one's got one on it. That one's got one on it, and my FAL has one on it also. And I think I might have one or two more in the safe that has it on there too. Son, what are you talking about? Yeah. Appreciate it, Jack. Like sniper rifle, I mean, I don't know. I guess everybody looks at everything different. My favorite gun, bolt action, is right there, the Tika T1X. It's cheap to shoot. Uh, you know, I don't have any problems with it. It's 22 long rifle, and I can pop squirrels in the head from 50 to 100 yards. Takes practice, but I mean, we do it. Yeah. The bottom one's a Tika. It's got a little Sparrow can on it. That's why it's my favorite to shoot. I never got into shooting 22s much until I started buying cans, and when I bought silencers, it made it a lot more fun. I've heard about the 510 Whispers. What is it? 338 cartridge or something like that, and a 50 cal bullet, I think. The can on these two is Sparrows. Silencer Co. Sparrows. The one on this one is it's a 45 can, but it's a Silencer Co. can. I can't remember which one it is. That one up there, it's hard to see. I gotta get lights, but it's Yankee Hill. And then my Daniel Defense right here, it also has a Yankee Hill on it. Can's a silencer. Appreciate it. Yeah, it might be the Omega 45. You can see it up there. That's the one. I just ordered a piston for it, and I'm gonna run it on. I'm gonna try it on this when I get the chance. That one's a that's a 450 Bushmaster. I really enjoy hunting with it. I live in like a thicket, so my longest shots 100, 125 yards, maybe 150. And so I really love hunting with a 450 Bushmaster. That's just it's a PSA lower with a Bear Creek Arsenal upper, and then it's got that Burris RT6 on it. And that's a full PSA 223. Me and my wife, that's my wife's actually. Me and her bought two identical. Mine's in my truck. No, I cannot have full out of it. Types of handguns do I have? Here's some of them right here. This is 4. I've got a few more in the safe. I don't have a lot of handguns. This is the Raging Hunter 500. This is a Judge, Taurus Judge, 410, 45 Lone Colt, Mechanic 9mm, and the FNX 45. I also have a couple Springfield XDMs. I have 3 of them, a 40 and 2 9s. One's mine, one's my wife's, the 9mm. And I have some older stuff, some older 22 high standards, old Smith & Wesson K-frames, stuff like that. No, you can hunt deer with an AK. 7.62 round is the same thing as in a 308. It's just a little shorter case. You can hunt with 7.62. People around here hunt deer with, depends on how big your deer are, I reckon, but people around here hunt deer with 243 and 223, stuff like that. Thank you, MJ. Sorry, I'm trying to go through everything. I have a, not a stainless steel Marlin 4570, but I have a 4570, actually, that my wife bought me. Hang on, and I'll grab it out of the safe if I can get all this stuff moved. This is my 4570. I've got subsonic rounds for stuff, and stuff too, and it, when you hit steel with it, with the subs, it really, you can really hear it. But I like my 4570 too. The Geisley triggers, yeah. I like more. I've been leaning more towards trigger tech stuff, but I like my flat face triggers. My Daniel Defense and stuff like that has flat face triggers on it. There you go. No, the closest thing I got to M16 would probably be that Daniel Defense 308, or, you know, one of the ARs. Yeah, I got a tactical lever gun. I got it, my wife bought it for me 2 years ago for Christmas, I think. Which one are you talking about, MJ? Oh, okay. I see what you're talking about now. Jack. Sorry. unknown. I don't understand what you're talking about, man. I play Xbox. What's up on unknown? Yeah, it will be one day. I'm starting to get white or gray on this side, man. Yeah, that too. A couple of years ago, I played Santa Claus for my nieces and stuff. Which AR you want to see, MJ? No, I'm not Islam. Appreciate it, Hunter. Oh yeah, the kids have got mine gray. Especially ever since I had my little girl. It's just started turning even more gray, worrying the crap out of me. 70 20 gauge on PSA. Hey man, $70. Hell, you spend that on dinner now for your family. What's up, Jay? New Zealand, all right. No, I have not saw the California compliant AR. I know it's got a weird handguard, and somebody was telling me something about you gotta basically take it apart to load ammo into it or something. Yeah, my daughter, she'll be 7 in February. I haven't had any problem with no 308 ammo. I use a lot of Hornady stuff over when I shoot long range, but then I got just bulk ammo that I'd run through the scar and stuff like that. Yeah, I'm in the Carolinas, man. Yeah, I got me some tea in here. Need to check and see what brand that Winchester ammo was. What lot it come from? None. You might could contact them and tell them about it. No, I wasn't in the military, man. That guy, NC. Hell yeah. 910, NC. No, I've never shot a muzzleloader. I've got a old looking pirate muzzleloading pistol, but I never got into shooting muzzleloader. 350 yards with Glock 43, that's pretty good, man. I ain't never done nothing like that. I've shot 200 and 300 yards with my 22, but I've not ever done nothing like that. 910 here. All right, J3. Thank you. it'd be pretty cool. I mean, if you buying a cheap shotgun, dress it up how you want to. 250 yards of the Glock target was 600 feet by 600 feet. That's pretty good. Well, I've seen crazier stuff happen, man. I've never done nothing like that, though. If you got a good spotter, I could see it being possible. Love cheeseburger. What's y'all's favorite guns y'all got? I use a Maven or whatever it's called, rangefinder. I don't know, man, but they are. Some of the gas stations have the best food. What's up, Charles, from Canada? No, nobody's broken my house before. What's up, Express? Yeah, I ain't done no lives and stuff. Just now getting into it. I'm working on, had a lot of stuff going on, and getting a shop built. And so, uh, plan on start doing more of this. I've got more free time, semi-retired. I work 3 days a week for my regular job, and then I'm off the rest of the week. .22 bolt action. Yeah, they got y'all. Canada's rough. I think you said you was from Canada, Charles. Yep. Yeah. Piss on all that, man. I couldn't do all that. It is definitely stupid to break into a house down south. You better make you dot your I's and cross your T's with the man upstairs. What are you talking about with the comps, Kyle? Yep. That's right, Charles. I'm trying to. I just left his house earlier today. So come home. It's a little rainy and dreary around here, wet. So been hanging out with the kids and decided to come in here and do this for a little while. You take it easy, brother. So what's y'all's favorite guns, or what's the next one you're looking to buy? No, I was going before I got that. I traded for that 308. Before I traded for that 308 right there, I was gonna look into building a 300 PRC because the ammo prices and stuff are about the same as a 300 Win Mag, but they said the 300 PRC is supposed to carry more. And I thought about getting into that, but the most, I mean, we shoot half a mile, but I mean, 308 will do that. Um, I have a 338 Lapua, but the most time when me and my buddies get together and shoot, we usually shoot a lot of 22s. We'll shoot the big guns for the beginning part of it and try to see how we do at 400 yards, 500 yards, and then after that we'll switch to 22s and bump it up to 50 or 100 yards, and we'll just, all 4 or 5 of us will go against each other shooting and see who has the tightest group or play different games with it. Yeah. Yeah, get you that scar, man. Guy, you'll really enjoy it. How much is a 300 Win Mag ammo up there, Charles? 15 a shot. Around here, it's not that bad. 300 Win Mag and 300 PRC are really close. 8 inches at 1500. I ain't never shot 1500 yards, man. That Daniel defense I've got right there. Uh, the very first time I took it out and I had a good spotter, his name's Chris. We shot. He was saying just by him. I mean, this was the very first time I ever got into it, and like I said, that Daniel defense right there, AR-10 with the silencer on it. I was shooting it, and he said I was shooting a 4-inch group right at 500 yards. I thought that was pretty good. It built my confidence up because I've never shot that far. The furthest I've ever shot around here, the longest shot I have at my home is around 125 yards or so, safely. Well, $15 a shot for 300 Win Mag. 300 Win Mag is common around for us around here. Yeah, 7mm mag is common. They got that 7mm PRC too. So that's what I want to get into. Express is learning more about long range. No, I can buy. I've been buying my 50 rounds off 2 different sites, and I buy 50 rounds for around $6 a piece, $5 to $6 a piece. But that's just ball ammo or APIs, stuff like that. Yeah, I like Remington. I used to have a Remington 700 5R. They had that. I don't know. It was a bench rifle too. Had a little chubby muzzle brake on it. That thing worked good. Hey Wendy, how you doing? Yeah, that's what Charles said. He was paying $15 a shot for 300 Win Mag. He said the PRC is cheaper. I assume because the PRC here is a little more expensive than the 300 Win Mag. What's up, Carlos? What are the gopher guns? Like 22 250 and stuff like that? The real fast ones? Well, he's up in Canada too, none. So it might be a lot different up there, man. I haven't got much into long action, James, but the 7mm mag, you're probably right. It's got a lot better recoil than 300. But I've never had two to compare with at the same time. You like that 220 Swift? I'm a 308 guy. Like, just hunting wise or rifle wise. I like my 308s. Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in Canada, Charles. I'd have to move, man. Cheapest air gun here, I have no clue, Carlos, about any air guns. I've not got into that. I started looking at them. I started looking at they make like 1022s that shoot arrows. They shoot blanks, but you can hunting with arrows. And I started looking at them, um, but I don't know if I'll get into them or not much. Hey, Charles, how much is the 22 long rifle ammo up there? How many rounds of 22 is it, Charles? 30 6. Aaron and I used to hunt with 30 6. I shot my very first deer with a 30 6. It was my dad's 30 6 actually. Yeah, you can't cheap out on optics. On my 338, I think I have a Leopold. I want to say Mark IV. Can't remember exactly what it is, but I think I paid right at 14 or 15 for it, just for the optic on it. Yeah, 243 is a good hunting caliber. Yeah, James, I ain't had one of them yet. I guarantee the ammo for that thing is crazy. So Charles, how many rounds of ammo is in the box of 22? You talking about a 50 round box, or are you talking about like a bulk box, like 550 rounds, or 500 rounds, or 400 rounds, or whatever? I like 6.5. 6.5, you don't need as much weight or anything like that to watch your bullet trail going down range. That's why that blue gun I've got up there weighs 27 pounds, and I've got weights on the side of it. I need to add a couple more actually, so I can watch my trails and where they hit. Because my Daniel Defense 308, once I pull the trigger on it, I lose sight. Yes, a lot of deer have been taken with a 243. A lot of beginner hunters hunt with a 243. That is my daughter right now. We went to a bingo game. They do a bingo game. They give out, or don't give out, but you buy. They sell 300 tickets. Tickets are $60 a piece, and they do 20 games of bingo. So you got 20 chances to win a gun. And my daughter, they done a kids game or a giveaway for kids, and she ended up winning a 243, a Savage 243. I got it in the safe. Carlos, I'm not sure what you're trying to ask, brother. Trijicon, I've never had none. I've never owned any Trijicon optics yet. I'd like to get into them and try them out, but I've never got into them yet. Like a little box 5x12. It's like $20 for 22. That's crazy. I've not ever had any Trijicon stuff yet. I'd like to get some stuff and try it out. I stick with that Burris RT6 for my mid to close range. $10 for 50 rounds. They're about double what they are here then, or more. I don't even know if we can buy them by the 50 rounds anymore. They used to sell them in big boxes. I've not heard much of them either, Aaron. Oh, crap. No, I'm not in Kentucky. I'm in North Carolina. What's up, James from Georgia? Yep, the government's trying to get their hands on everything. You're right about that, Charles. Yeah, I haven't got into the Night Force stuff or nothing like that yet either. We're in the foothills, North Carolina. All right. Hey, you probably could, Charles. Jump across the border. Trump wasn't in charge right now. He could have done it through old Joe. Okay, is it possible to... Carlos, your stuff's not making sense to me, brother. Oh, yeah. Aaron, you used to buy them things cheap all day long. They were just throwaway rifles. They have a big old crate of them, and you just go pick them up. I remember going with my dad to gun shows, and that and SKSs, and you get AKs for pretty cheap too. Oh, I voted for Trump. Yeah, I ain't never seen no $25 guns, man. I'm a little younger than that. Yeah, there had been some talk about buying parts of Canada and turning it into states, but I don't know if they're really going to do that or not. Yeah, I used to have some them Mosin the Gunts or however you say it when I was younger, and yep, 303 British. Oh, that's what you get for them, $25, or are you buying them for 25? I think it was talking about buying guns for $25 when he was younger. Yeah, I'm not turning nothing in. Hey, well, maybe be the 51st state, Charles. Who knows? Nope, I don't know anything about a 6 millimeter. Air guns, Carlos. I don't. I don't know anything about air guns, brother. Um, I wanted to get into them, and I thought about getting into them, but I just don't know. No, I know nothing about them. Like your regular rifles and stuff. I could tell you a little bit about, but I'm not fluent in everything. 1995. That is insane, man. I don't think I've ever seen a gun under $100. Yeah, I think they're the 54, not the 51. 51's 308 7.62 by 51. I don't I don't know about air guns here. Maybe somebody in the comments can answer it, but as far as I know, like bows, black powder, stuff like that's not regulated really here. Now, air guns might have a totally new thing. Okay, he said air guns have no restrictions here, so like I said, I know nothing about them. 1022 $48, man. You can't buy a 1022 now for under $200 or $300. Yes, sir, Carlos. Sorry I couldn't help you more, man. If I knew more about it, I'd try my best, but I don't want to give you the wrong information. I can't believe they're trying to do bows and crossbows on y'all. See, as long as you're 16 years old. Didn't know that. I always thought you had to be 18. I had one crossbow I had a Matthews bow, and then I ended up getting into crossbows, and I had it's a Raven. Uh, I can't remember what it was. Raven 10 or 20 or something like that. But I liked it pretty good. I ended up selling it. I didn't use it as much as I thought I would. I hunted with it for a couple of years and ended up trading it. That is insane for an air rifle. I mean, that's insane. Yes, sir. Yeah. What makes a good bow? Down here, a lot of Matthews are popular, and uh, crossbows you can get. You know, everything's got a slew of different ones, but Matthews are pretty popular here. And that Raven, it was expensive. That's the one everybody told me to go with because the limbs was so. When you drawed it back, the limbs was so narrow, it was like 9.5 inches, and I think it was backward limbs or something like that. Yeah, Bushnell. I don't know a lot about bows now, so you get into that, you're gonna lose me. Yeah, plain old recurve. My very first bow was I want to say it was a bear or something like that. My daddy gave it to me when I was about 15 or 16. But I think it was a bear. Yeah, that Raven I had, it would shoot, I want to say 375, 400 feet a second. It was moving. And this optic that came on it was marked out all the way to 100 yards. So you could shoot 100 yards, but furthest I ever shot it was 50. Yeah, I see. I didn't have a cool grandpa like that. Things was different back in, man. That's how we need to get back to. That's why I started doing a little bit of farming stuff here, trying to raise my own animals for meat and then whatnot. How old are you, guy? Yeah, well, you're. I'm 38, so if you are 21, then I know my grandpa knew nothing about making a bow like that. We made bows out of one of my buddies and me made bows out of PVC. Put PVC together and heat it up with a heat gun and stuff. I've never seen that Cobra. I have to look it up. Yeah, I graduated in '05, man. Yeah, it is a lot of satisfaction from raising your own animals. I do pigs, rabbits, and we do chickens. We just do the chickens for the eggs, and then we do the rabbits after they have babies, and after we raise them up in 16 weeks, put them in the freezer. And then my pigs, I usually sell most of my piglets, and then I'll keep, usually one or two, depending on how many of my family wants one. If my dad wants one or my sister wants one or something like that. But I enjoy it. I like my pigs. You get you get attached to them is the only thing because they're real. If you mess with them every day, they're real loving animal. I've got a big boar. He's probably pushing 550 pounds. But I don't. When my pigs are in heat, my females, my sows, I don't trust them. So I carry my gun down in there because if he ever gets a hold of you, they're so strong you can't do nothing. Almost married. What the hell? But my thumb sucks. You get it stuck in there too many times. I had lamb meat before. We bought it from the store though, so I don't know exactly where the lamb meat come from. But it was real. It had a real gamey taste, and I don't know if it was from like a male being in a rut or what. But it had a real gamey taste. I didn't care much for it. I was too old. Probably right there. That sucks, man. It smashed your finger good, didn't it? I've had bison before. I've never had moose. My pigs, though, my sows. They're Berkshire and Michon. They're more of a fatty pig. And when I killed them off, the first set of them off, because I bought 10 from one guy. When I killed them off, their fat layer was almost 2 inches thick, and so I wanted to lean them out a little bit. So my buddy, he had Duroc, and he bred his females with an old spot, and so now I got offspring that are 25, 25, 25, 25, and I think they're going to be good this year. I have to try that moose meat sometime if I can find it. I don't know if I can find it around here. There's a place somewhere around here. I think it's up towards the mountain somewhere. It's called the Gamekeeper, and they serve like rattlesnake, bison, moose. It's whatever's on their menu that night. They'll serve snake, uh, elk, all different stuff. But just whatever's on their menu, that's what they're serving. That's what you get. But it's a really high end restaurant to go to. Never had snake. I've had turtle, snapping turtle. I don't think I've ever had elk. I've had alligator. What does moose taste like? Like if you compare it to something else. Like deer, I compare to like goat meat. It's more stringy and stuff like that. I've never had giraffe now. That's something totally different. So the elk's really good. I might have to look and trying some of this stuff. So moose and elk. And then maybe giraffe. I don't think I could do coyote. Some of my buddies have tried coyote and then they've tried bobcat. They say bobcat's pretty good. Yeah, I got my alligator. It wasn't in Florida, but I got it from somewhere at the coast. It was in, I think it was somewhere in South Carolina when we went to the beach. They had alligator. Yeah, I couldn't do all that. That'd be terrible. I guess if you had to, you could though, but it wouldn't be pick of the day. Yeah, Jim Bob, I remember you from earlier. I'm not 100% sure what we talked about, but there's been a lot of people on here. I've been on here for almost 2 hours. My wife's gonna kill me. I could do some crawfish now. We get them in South Carolina every once in a while when we go down there. Okay, I got you, Jim Bob. I think I do, anyways. There's been a bunch of people ask that question. Okay, most expensive gun. Yeah, I know. I know. I got you now. Make tacos with it. It tastes better. You're probably right there. Everything tastes good with tacos or in the taco. Mountain lion, porcupine. The bear I had that one time, it was real greasy. I've never had mountain lion. I've never had porcupine. But I've had black bear. But it was real, real greasy. Yeah, I do some fishing. I like catfish, Jim. Yeah, I used to have I was really big into fishing before about 3 years ago. I had a decent job where I could do what I kind of wanted to and work around everything. And then I switched jobs and I just worked all the time. My boat stayed in the shed up there, and I had a 21-foot skiff, and we'd take it out. But I love the catfish, man. That was my thing, drifting or trolling or whatever you want to call it, and then because that's the biggest fish we have on fresh waters around here is catfish. They can get around 100 pounds. Well, is that your rule, Charles? Why do you go by that? How much money have I spent on guns? Guns, ammo, and everything. Probably somewhere, if you just add up the collection and everything, this is just part of it. This ain't all of it. This is more of my nicer stuff. But I've probably got somewhere close to 30 to 50 and everything. I ain't never sit down and add it all up. I'm almost scared to. I haven't been fishing in a long time, man. Since I sold my boat, I've got a creek near my house. I go down there and catch some brim and stuff every once in a while. Some pumpkin seeds. But I hadn't been fishing in probably 2 years, man. So it tastes better if they're herbivores. I figured the carnivores would eat more fresh meat, but then they might scavenge too off stuff that's been dead for a while. At least herbivores are eating all vegetables. I know we had to do that to the turtle. We had to clean it out. We had to feed it greens and stuff like that for a few days. Put it in a tub or under a tub, and just let it eat in there. Feed it stuff that we wanted it to have, clean itself out, and then we, you know, cooked it, chopped him up. Yeah, hunting's relaxing, man. I enjoy hunting. A lot of times, it's real peaceful, but a lot of times, man, I'll fall asleep. I'll be out there, it'll be so quiet. I'll just conk out. I built a trailer. I'm gonna try to post a video of it on there if I hadn't already. I built a trailer, a hunting blind, and my kids. It's got bunks in the front for my kids and a place for me and my wife to sit. And then I told them, my daughter, she's getting more into it, and I told her, I said, well, we can camp out there this year. And so I don't know if we're going to or not, but we'll order pizza and stuff and take it out there and just sit. I mean, I'm spending time with them. I really don't care if I see anything. Yeah, it's a long time since I've been fishing, man. I wish I had my boat back. I got a bunch of fishing rods. I got a bunch of them Mag Cats fishing rods. See, I hadn't had enough bear, Charles, to see the difference in it. All our stuff around here is either corn fed or for the bears, or either they kill deer and then hang the deer in trees and whatnot and get them to come out to them. Yeah, hunting is an escape. My wife's cool though, man, and she's different from most, man. She, like I said, that 4570 I got, uh, she bought it for me. She's bought me a lot of my guns. she she's not the type that says no, you can't get this. If there's money in the budget, and usually I run the budget and everything, if I tell her, hey, we got money for this, she's like, if that's what you want, you know. But I still keep her happy. If she wants a car or something like that, I get her a car. She comes first for me. Yeah, Charles, I had a buddy. He lives right up the road from me. He was squirrel hunting with a 12 gauge single shot, like a H&R or something like that. And he was just sitting out there, but he was squirrel hunting, and he always carried uh, a shot of buckshot with him while he was squirrel hunting. And he killed this massive buck. When I say massive, is the same guy I had do my taxidermy on mine. I went by his house, and this guy wasn't probably 16 years old. And it's big bucks around here. You can get some decent sized ones, but a good 10 pointer or something. That's a decent buck with a good nice spread. But it's not nothing huge. I don't know the point system on it or anything like the number wise, 185 or whatever. But he shot one, I think it's 14 or 16 points. And that thing, I didn't even want to mount my deer after I seen his. I'm like, man, that's pitiful, dude. And I was proud of my deer, but I didn't even want to mount mine. You get some of the best sleep out in the blind. I don't know why. I do enjoy it. Mine's got a heater in it. It's insulated. Like I said, I pull it. It's a trailer. I pull it out there. I set it all up, cut the trees down around it, cut my shooting lane out. I get it done in the summer, and then I'll let everything kind of grow up around it, and I'll go in and maybe move some stuff around. I'll try to lay some trees over to direct the deer which way to go, and then once I do that, uh, I'll get it ready for the season that year, and I'll go in and get their mattresses, their little foam mattresses, and set them in it, and they go hunting with me. But 90% of the time they're playing on their tablet. That's usually the way it goes. Yeah, my wife, my wife, she's not that into hunting, but she's as our kids get older, I think she's getting more laid back or more not stressed out with everything, and so she's more in tune with wanting to go hunting or wanting to try new stuff, and she'll go fishing with me. She loves bass fishing. I love catfishing. Catfishing's more of a lazy person thing, and then she likes bass fishing all the time. So a lot of times when me and her used to fish, she'd fish off the front of the boat, and then I'd fish off the back of the boat while we're trolling or drifting through areas. But I wouldn't trade her for nothing in the world. Yeah, I don't do that no more, man. I get too old for all that. I used to sit out there and freeze to death, and you get so. I think that's why you sleep so good. You're so cold, you fall asleep. But this, I can keep it warm in there, and I'm not shivering and shaking, and it's nice. I'm gonna build another one when I get my shop done. I'm gonna build a nice one. This one's insulated decent. It's not great, and I'm gonna custom build the trailer and everything. And I think the next one I build is gonna be a 6x10, either 6x10 or 5x10. The one I got now is a 5x10, but I think I'm gonna go 1 foot wider and do a 6x10. That way I can use this one for out in the fields and stuff. But I'm gonna build it from the trailer up, and it's gonna be 100% insulated, floor, walls, ceiling, all of it. And I'm probably gonna do metal on the outside. They make that camouflage metal now. If I can find it at a decent price somewhere around here that makes it. All right, y'all. All right, Charles. I appreciate it, brother. I was getting ready to say I'm gonna get off here, man. It's 6 o'clock. I appreciate everybody hanging around. Dump 75 rounds, stay nice touch. You're right. You're right about that, Express. You're 100% right about that. Trying to raise my kids up that way, uh, but in today's world, it's hard, man. It really is. I didn't want to have kids because of it, because the world's just so evil. Everybody's so greedy and crooked anymore. Can't trust nobody. I don't like it. Yep, you're right about that. I got two beautiful kids though. I wouldn't trade it for the world. I just gotta toughen them up a little bit because everybody's crazy anymore. Y'all have a good day. Thank you, Guy, Wendy, Express, and if I'm missing anybody else, that guy, Charles. Y'all stuck around. Appreciate it. Take care. I'll see y'all maybe next weekend or maybe one afternoon this week or something else. If I get that gun, I might try to do a live. But see you later.